Good morning, my good people. How are you guys today? Y'all know I'm ready to have some real talk. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. I want men and women to know enough about yourself to know you are priceless. You are worthy. You are worth it. You are all that in a bag of chips for someone out there that is special for you. You are all that in a bag of chips to those who surround you with genuine love, straight up in your face, not showing fake love to you. You have to recognize in life, it's okay. You may not be everybody's cup of tea. Everybody might not be able to stand the strong herbs that once you are put into the pot to just seep, they can't take the strength that comes out of your tea bag. So everybody can't sip on your tea. And that's good, because that means you're unique, you're divinely made on purpose, with great purpose, and he purposely made you different, made that person different, the next person different, your children that came from you different. Why? Because we are meant to be different. We are meant to love one another, coincide with one another, show sisterly and brotherly love to one another, although that is not always how it gets broken down or ends up. We are still able to do that. And I say all this because I know that I am very brash. I'm to the point. And I'm at a point also in my life where I've been through too much. First of all, not to worship my Creator, not to thank Him, not to give Him honor. That's number one. Number two, to deal with foolishness and to waste my time on foolishness. One thing in my life today, I want positive input and energy around me. I want people to understand me when I'm up and when I am down, just like I should be expected to be the same with someone else. We have to be confident enough in who we are. We are beautiful beings. We are created in vast colors, vast levels, on occupational level, education levels, our swag levels, how we do things. We are all different and on different levels, and it's for a purpose. Those are higher are supposed to reach down to pull you up. Those that are lower are supposed to desire to become higher so they can pull those even lower than them up. That's supposed to be the system. But sometimes we get so caught up in our own lives that we forget the system. We forget those below us, beneath us. And not beneath us as in we're better. I mean, they might be in a different bracket. I'm at a point to where if you're not talking about business, if you're not talking about how you about to sow into who I'm trying to be, and vice versa, that I can't sow into who you trying to be, then I'm not wasting my time. That's for friendship. That's for partnerships in business. And sure enough for relationships. That's why I don't really want one. Because it's too much time and energy. So many people are so broken. And they'll push their brokenness on you. And not even on purpose. It's just their soul is wounded. Their spirit is bleeding out. And their soul wounds sometimes bleed out on everyone else, even without them knowing it. I am a good listener. I listen and I'm a good observer. I always have observed. So I pay attention. And sometimes people are in our lives and they come in our lives for a lesson. And we have to realize there is a blessing in every lesson if we allow it to be. When people come in your life to teach you something, some of these people are pop quizzes. Meaning they pop in your life and they pop right back out. There was a pop quiz. They said something, they did something, they showed you something, they reminded you about something, they presented you something that caused you to say, not about them, but about you. And when we grow and evolve into places, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, where we can look at it like that, you won't take things so personal. And I'm still growing and learning that. So certain things I'm not taking personal, because I feel the brokenness. I feel the blood splatter. I feel the hurt. And no matter how well they try to pretend that they are and that they are okay, they are really hurting. I'm the type of person that I say what I say, I mean what I say, and I do my best to always produce what I say, and I'm going to stand on what I say. And sometimes what my opinion may be, or my perception may not be becoming to the next person. It might not make them feel good, or it might offend them. And it's not offending them because I purposely offended. It's offending them because there's still something yet inside of them that has not come to the full understanding of the whole entire overall entity of a situation. For example, if I meet someone and say they're in and out of relationship with their children's mother, or with their spouse, say they're getting ready to get a divorce, or they're in the process of a divorce, and they have issues with relationship on just a common level with that significant other, or used to be significant other. And not even used to be as in they don't even talk, or maybe even share the same domain, but even that their relationship is estranged emotionally and maybe physically. Maybe they're not intimate anymore, or whatever have you. I was in that situation. I was estranged from my husband for a while until we got divorced. So I get that. I'm not knocking nobody for that. But I do knock people when you know that you are still broken, and you try to, which we have to all try not to be. But I just would like for when people to know that they are, to be honest about being. And then sometimes you don't know, but then if somebody kind of alludes to the fact, don't get so defensive, which I know is not always easy, but try to just look at the glass not as empty but half full. And I can speak that because someone had to speak life into me. So if I'm gonna meet someone and they're in a situation like that, and I'm just not a woman, I don't play men or women saying, well, their husband is this, their husband is that, their husband ain't no good, or this and that. I'm gonna be like, well, what'd he do? Well, this is what he did. I still always know there is two sides to every story. I'm not jumping into any type of relationship. And when I say relationship, I'm not talking about you're my boo relationship. I'm talking about relationships are across the board, but people are so close-minded. They think when you say relationship, that's why I break a lot of stuff down in my vlogs. Relationship means I'm in relationship with people in the church. I'm in relationship with friends of mine. We have a relationship. You know that person. You're getting to know that person. You're becoming into a relationship. You're getting to a relationship by knowing someone. Hi, my name is. That's the forming of a relationship, okay? Or a friendship, whatever you want to say, but I say relationship. So I'm not going to jump into something because some guy says this is this and this is that about a woman, because I am a woman. And every label that men give us as women, I have been given. Oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. Oh, and half of the time they never own, for my situation, they don't own their part in why we was acting up. They don't own the part that you was in people's DMs or in people's messenger. They don't own the part that they was out all night. They don't own the part that they might got a little loud and a little violent. They don't own the part that they would know they was doing stuff the whole time, but every time you said something, they said, you tripping. You okay? Trying to make you feel crazy so they don't get caught up in their mess. I'm not one to jump on the bandwagon with that. And I don't like it. And so a lot of guys have gotten mad at me because they vent to me, and I am a listener. But if you get to saying all of that, especially that's the woman that God chose to open up her room to receive your sperm from your loins to create your beautiful children, I don't got that to do. Because at the end of the day, it's like this. Especially if you are still legally married. You, in God's eyes, it don't matter what you feel. It's about what it is. And you to him are still the head. You still have a responsibility to cover that woman. You still have a responsibility to pray for that woman. I don't care if you want to bust her head to the white meat. Down he don't care nothing. Let me tell you something. The Creator don't care nothing about none of that. That's your own personal issue. Get your flesh under control. He's saying you still have a responsibility to pray for that woman. For one, you need to pray for emotional, mental, and spiritual health through the separation, through the divorce. For the simple fact, she is the woman of your children. And why wouldn't you want her to be in her right mind? Why wouldn't you want her to be saved? If you're so okay and you're so over it, then you would want nothing but for her to be okay. You would want her mental stability to be okay. You would be covering her and bathing her in prayer. Lord, please touch the mother of my children's mind. I want us to be able to co-parent. I want them to have a healthy existing mother on this side, because you only get one. And say if they don't have their mother, I know how that feels to be motherless. But see, sometimes we so in a box, we can't even think that far ahead to say, dang, if I did lose her and my kids did lose their mom, that is a big part. How can I deal with my children's depression? How would I be able to handle this? How would I be able to explain? Because you cannot come back from death. I tell y'all that 101 times. Death you cannot come back from. You cannot come back. It ain't like you just got a divorce, you broke up, you moved to your new house on with your new spouse. You're dead. Your casket's sharp. You're gone. You're not coming back from death. So it's bigger than in my feelings. It's bigger than all of that. Even with situations that have just recently went on with my ex. My prayer ain't, oh yeah, I want him to stay in jail because he did me like this. No, you need to be out because your son need to talk to you. Oh, I need to go ahead and try to be nice to you even though you was dog nasty and dogmatic. I'm going to do what I need to do because it just ain't about my feelings. I have sons. And they need their father. So at the end of the day, you got to put what you feel aside. Yes, it hurt. Yes, you pissed. Yes, a part of you want to gloat. But you got to be the mature adult. So I don't jump on a bandwagon, especially when they get to calling them crazy, because I already know it's more to the story. Because even if they was mentally on anything, we have stuff like postpartum that goes undetected from having your beautiful babies. We have things like emotional disorders that are caused by just overly being stressed out, by multitasking too many things, being a wife, being a mom, going to work, trying to please you, and then if you got other things added into it, like a low libido and the man is in a different way, then you have to try to perform and be all these things. And that's what nobody understands about what a woman. It's like we don't know how to be a man. Y'all don't have no knowledge on what it is to be a woman. So no, I'm not jumping on the bandwagon, because you still have responsibility, especially if you're still married to that woman, to pray for her, to cover her. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you want her to be okay? Why wouldn't you want to cover her? Because when you're not around, she's going to be around. So don't you want her to be okay? So she ain't shooting up the kids or, locking them in and then killed up everybody. These are spirits that are jumping on people who have the ability to either be crazy, as y'all call it, or to be sound. So, when I talk to guys, and I've had several get offended because you sound like you on her side. I'm a woman. And I'm on any woman's side, especially when I don't know her side. So at the end of the day, when y'all get to saying crazy, I'm going to speak my mind. Don't talk that stuff to me, because I don't want to hear that. You could say, she going through some stuff right now. She tripping out or whatever. I respect that. But when you get this time to say somebody is just long gone, especially when you should be trying to cover her if she is long gone, you should be like, I don't know what's going on with her, but something is really going on. That should be important to you. And definitely if y'all still abiding in the same home. Because you might wake up and she be over you with a assault off or something. So for you to just blatantly be like, oh, this is how I feel, and it seems like you're angry about it, but in a way you just giving up on it. No, I'm going to say what I want to say. And if you don't ever talk to me again, that's on you. I still know that I stand on facts and I'm standing on truth. At the end of the day, especially if you are still married, you guys are still married and that is still your wife. So at the end of the day, you still have responsibility in the heavens to cover that woman until you get a divorce. And then you should just want to cover her because she is simply the mother of your children. And you want the best for her mental health because it affects not just you, but your children. Nobody wants to see their mom in a certain type of way. And 9 times out of 10, because the man, the daddy, done put her in some type of way. And don't want to own it. So, I'm not moved nor swayed by people's persuasions or opinions. And I don't expect them to be by mine. But one thing about it, I know that I'm genuine, I'm good people. And anyone who will get mad at you about your stance and your opinion and is not mature enough to say, we agree to disagree, then they're not worth being upset about. You continue to pray for them and pray the best for them and pray that, if it was something that was deeper that was missed that you didn't conquer or didn't learn or they didn't learn or you didn't finish your assignment, you ask him to bring him back around. Or you can say to them, like me, I say it all the time, even to my girlfriends. We've been friends 1,000 years, girl. When you're ready to grow up and talk, call me, love you. And I'll leave it at that. They know me. I ain't mad. I say what I say and I still hug you and kiss all over you. And anybody that know me will say, yeah, that's real. You be ready to punch her in her face, but she just gonna love right back on you. So I ain't mad. I ain't gonna get mad. I ain't gonna be mad. I'ma still love you. So don't allow anyone to make you feel bad for standing on what you believe. And if they don't want to reach back out to you, know that you're still worth it. Know that you're still handsome. Know that you're still beautiful. Know that you still are creatively and wonderfully gifted and made. And that maybe that person just wasn't the person in the lifetime for you. But you don't stop being you. And you don't change who you are or what you believe in. Because nobody had to walk the miles you've had to walk in. Nobody's had to wear the shoes that you've had to wear, man or woman. Nobody has had to do those things. So, only you know. So that's why you stand on what you stand on. Because at the end of the day, you stand alone. I just want us to have some real talk. Leave me a comment. If you like it, don't like it, leave me a comment. If you agree or don't agree, leave me a comment. If you want me to talk about a certain topic, y'all know I'm bold enough to do it. So, love y'all. Respectfully, Monty.